Hi kids, going to be finishing up with the Native Americans. We're going to be starting with the California groups. So there's the Cholula, the Hoopa, the Patwin, the Wapo. I'm going to be talking about the Hoopa. Once again, this is not a comprehensive list. This isn't all of them. This is just a couple. So the Hoopa lived in northwest California. The language they spoke was Athapascan. They had these permanent villages. Their houses were rectangular and made out of wood, and they were slightly underground. This is a picture. So notice, like, here's the roof. It's not very far off the ground. But notice that the rest of the house would be, like, underground. And these holes were the openings to get in, and there would be ladders that led down. So most of their stuff was underground, which is pretty unique. Food-wise, they had acorns, fish, nuts, berries, roots, and they would hunt deer and rabbits. They traded with another tribe called the Yurok for canoes and salt. So they would gather these things and then trade what they had for canoes and salt to preserve the meat. Videos are going to be posted in the stream, by the way. Next is the Great Basin group. We have the Mono, Shoshone, Ute, and Southern Paiute. Once again, not a comprehensive list, just a couple. I'm going to be talking about the Ute. So the Ute were located in Colorado for the most part. Their language they spoke is Shoshonean. They lived in teepees. They hunted for elk and deer, and they gathered berries, fruit, and even wild onions. They were pretty big horse riders. They have a special spiritual religious dance that they call the bear dance. It's considered one of the big spiritual events of the year, is the bear dance. And this is a picture. Notice teepee in the background. They're wearing the women are wearing like traditional clothing, sort of shawls, longer dresses, cool cowboy hats. The Plateau group, there's the Chinook, the Interior Salish, and the Sahaptin. I could not find a good conglomerate of information about any one of these tribes, so I just kind of skipped this one. If you want to kind of look, there's some basic information, but not a lot. So for the Southwest group, we have the Pueblo, the Cocopa, the Southern Athabascan, and the Mojave. I'm going to be talking about the Pueblo. So the Pueblo were located mostly in Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah. They are also found in the northern part of Mexico as well. So most of the Pueblo were farmers. They would farm for corn, beans, squash, and cotton, and then they would hunt for rabbits and deer. Their houses, which are what they're named after, and probably the most unique thing about them, are these stone. They're either made out of stone or adobe, which is like a mud brick. And if you look at this picture, they're kind of built on top of each other, and they do kind of look like mud, because they're made out of this mix of mud and straw into kind of like a brick. What's interesting about the Pueblo is that the different regions and areas spoke different languages. There are 4 distinctive languages among the Pueblo, so that they're not united by necessarily language as much as culture and housing and that sort of thing. The Pueblo did build roads in between cities, same material as kind of their houses, and pottery, also kind of the same material as their houses. I should talk about the Pueblos. These are still in existence, and some of them are still inhabited. So you could go there and there could be a town in these ancient 1,000-year-old buildings, which is really cool. Some of them aren't inhabited, but this one is. If you can't tell, there's these colorful doors down here. Those wouldn't be on ones that weren't inhabited. So real people live here still. All right, that's all I had for today. There's going to be questions. Make sure you answer them. Thank you, guys. This should be the last bit of notes, so good job. See you later. Bye.